Today we will talk about how to use the scientific calculator while you're doing ratios and proportions. One important factor is to know how to deal and how to enter fractions into your scientific calculator. For that, you're looking for a fraction key. So in this particular calculator, I'm wiggling the arrow here, the cursor. The fraction key is right here. In some other calculators, it may show up as A space B/C. So it will do the same thing. If you want to enter a fraction, push the button, and then we want to put 1 and go down with the right arrow, 2. And go right arrow again, and when you equal, and it will display 1/2 for you. And then this calculator will keep this in memory. Now let's go and enter 5/3. You push the fraction button again, 5, right arrow, 3. And right arrow to get out of the fraction mode. When you push equal, 5/3. So it kept it in the memory. Now let's see, I want to enter a mixed number. For that one, you have to push this second shift fraction button. In another calculator, it may show up as ABC button. You have to push ABC twice. For example, if you're entering 2 and 1/3, you push 2, ABC 1, ABC 3. In this particular calculator, all I have to do is push the mixed number button with the shift, 2, go right arrow to go up to the numerator, 1, right arrow to go down to denominator, 3. Get out of the fraction mode with the right arrow, and you're done. Now, if you push the equal button, it will also convert it to an improper fraction. If you want to go back to, for example, a decimal version, you can also use that SD button, and it will convert it to a decimal version. So you can do a lot of things. And if you want to go back to fraction, you see above the SD button, and sometimes the SD key can also be like a frac key, FRAC, in some other calculators. So if I push second SD button, look, it went back to mixed number. If I pushed equal, it went to improper fraction. And now if I want to go to decimal version of it, you go shift equal. Sometimes that is as, for example, that might be like a, approximate button or some like that. Okay? So I just showed you how to go back and forth between improper fractions and mixed numbers. So if you want to also deal with simplifying fractions like 6/12, you enter your fraction. All you have to do is push equal, and it will simplify it. For example, let's look at how we can solve a simple proportion. You know that you will learn how to use the crisscross method, the cross multiplying method. So 3 times x equals 2 times 5. So 3x equals 10. And you can just go, okay, well, x equals 10 over 3. So if you want to go and just, divide 10 by 3, you just have to go divided by, let me delete that. 10 divided by 3 and equals. It gave you as a fraction. If you want the approximate answer, you can go to shift equal, so it gave you an approximate decimal answer. Now if you're doing something like this, you cross multiply 3.6 with 6.4 and divide by 7.5 to get the x. And if you want to do that, you just simply go 3.6 times 6.4, and now you want to divide by 7.5 and equals, and that will give you the x answer. And if you want the approximate answer, go shift equal. That will give you the approximate decimal answer. Now, if you want to add something to this display, you can just say plus 2. When you see that means it kept this previous answer in the answer memory and add 2 to it. That's called an answer memory. And then when you do equal and it gave you a fraction answer, you can also go second equal to get to the decimal answer. Now, you can also take these guys and then store them in certain buttons. And the memory buttons on a scientific calculator are usually like M plus, M minus. One way to store this might be just go to store, find a store button on your calculator. And this one is right here. I'm wiggling it. And shift store, right? And now put it in M. And look what it did. It took the answer, which was displayed previously, and then stored it to M. And if you want to recall it, all you have to do is go to recall, this time push M, and it's going to display it right here. Okay, so you can store it with the store button and recall it with the recall button as long as you push the M at the end of it.